Good afternoon. Welcome to the Q.A.C. team podcast. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I really appreciate you coming on, taking the time. Go ahead and let's get started and tell our audience who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Jason Odell. I am the CEO and owner of T-Box Golf Studios in Frederick, Maryland. We are a 7-bay simulator system that gives 26 different analytic ball flights for golf. So golfers come in, they pick a bay. We're like an indoor driving range. So you hit balls in your own bay, and the computers tell you about your ball flight. They tell you about your ball speed, your club speed. The way the ball is carrying, how far it carries, and your smash factor, which tells you the efficiency of how you're striking the ball. And
Wow.
basically, what we do is we also have an indoor putting green that shows you the line to the hole and allows you to work on your speed and control without having to put too much thought into it.
And that's impressive. Now, how accurate is all that? Is it fairly accurate?
You know what? We have the same simulators that the pros put in their house.
Wow.
So we go out and we've done a lot of research on other simulators and on what an actual ball will do. And I can tell you when I go hit a golf ball outside and I go inside the simulator, it's about a yard and a half difference.
Wow. That's impressive. Love it.
Good,
Love it.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So tell us, why did you decide to be a business owner?
You know what? It was to fill a void. My son and I, we really got tired of freezing in the winter and getting sunburn in the summer. And I thought, there's a lot of other folks out there that they don't like being out in the weather, or maybe they can't walk a golf course and they just want to hit some balls and they don't want to go to, a country club or go hit some range balls, which are pretty ineffective. And we decided to do something where we can be in a controlled environment to where we can really work on our game. Our business is catered towards, golfers. It's not catered towards the party crowd or some of the other places that you see around. We're dedicated to golfers who want to come in and they want to benefit from the technology and they really want to work on their game.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a good niche right there because you got people who are very serious about it, who want to improve their game and are looking to probably get into professional golf, right?
Oh, certainly, certainly. I mean,
Yeah.
we have a younger crowd from I'll say 9 and 10-year-olds all the way up into I think there was a gentleman the other day who was 74 years old. So we kind of cover the gamut, and we're looking for recreational players that want to better themselves. And we just had a young man that come in and he come in third place this week in a tournament in Orlando. So we kind of cover the gamut of everything.
That's very cool. Third place, that's good. That's moving up.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So why'd you choose this industry?
Sports. I grew up playing basketball and football and golf, and you get to a point to where you still want to be involved in it. You still want to play, but it's not like I can go out and play tackle football anymore, right? The tackling's
We're at
done
that
for me.
age.
So I still got to have something competitive, and golf is a true love of mine. And every business book you read says go into business doing something you love. So it's just kind of a natural fit.
Yeah, that's something we talk about a lot, especially on my Friday at 4 podcast series. If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
It's very true.
And that's so
Very
true.
true.
I love what I do. I love my business. I love podcasting. I love interviewing business owners. I'm excited every time I get one of these others. All day I'm waiting to do this, and I just can't wait to get here and get set up and really interview because I love what I do.
That's great. And it's very interesting. It's hard to explain to people that you're working when you're doing something you love. They hear, well, you own a golf business, so it's not really work. Well, it is, and I'll kind of masquerade it as work, but it's still work.
It still work, right? And what a
Yeah.
great segue. So the next question is, so tell our audience, what's some of the challenges that you faced, when you were setting this up and getting going?
By far the biggest challenge is tackling the new environment of customers. So you come into an area with an unknown brand, and you have to convince customers to come in. The beautiful part of what we're seeing is that I'm yet to hear a customer walk out and say, we won't be back. That's the hard part. I mean, that's the easy part. The hard part is getting folks in the front door and recognizing a new business and figuring out what we are.
Yeah. No, I get it. So let's talk about location, right? Is there two locations or you just have one?
Right now, we have one location. It's on Prospect Boulevard, over in the same shopping center as the Weiss and the Lido's Pizza over on
Gotcha.
Prospect.
Okay.
So, getting folks from the country club to, a studio like that, it can be difficult. But what we're seeing is that once we do, we're having lifetime customers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about a little bit. What do you see the challenge from customers who are avid golfers to getting used to coming indoor into a simulator? Is that like a difficult transition, or is that something that they used to get used to? Tell us a little bit about that transition from real golf to a simulator.
Well, there is a transition. There are benefits and there are certainly detractors from it. So from a benefit standpoint, is I'm yet to have somebody come in and lose a ball. That's the good point. You hit your ball into a screen and it kind of comes back to you. So and there's no walking for it either. So a lot of us who
Right.
go out to some of these courses and look up that hill and it's like, I don't want to do that. Where's the cart? We don't have to do that. There are some folks that just don't believe the technology. They don't believe that, okay, I'm supposed to hit my 7-iron 160 and this machine's only saying it's going 157. This for that, right? I think that's a big piece of it. The other piece is, people want to be outside, and I certainly am with them on that. But from a training standpoint, within the technology that we're giving folks at a $29 per hour rate, you can't beat it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. I think, when you get into the intricates of it, right? As you said, well, I hit the ball. It said I usually do 170, but it said 168, 169. I mean,
Yeah,
we're comparing apples to apples here, right? And it shouldn't really matter a couple of different miles per hour or something, but it's all about getting into time, right? You're practicing, you're able to play
sir.
year round, right? I mean, if it's snowing outside, you can't hit a golf course. It's snowing, but you go to a range, you go inside to your place, and you have all the time you need to really perfect your swing.
Yeah, and it's interesting. The more and more you get comfortable with it and understanding the technology and understanding how beneficial it is,
Mhm.
the more and more people come back. I've got one customer that comes in and his whole repertoire for the day is he'll play around a golf and he will come in to our facility for an hour and work on the things that weren't right during his round. Now, not
Wow.
everybody has that time to do that. I certainly don't. But I would love to, but those days are long gone for me. But at the end of the day, having the access to the technology and knowing that I'm hitting the ball 6 millimeters on the toe versus guessing, is really beneficial to fixing that swing path and getting a controlled swing towards your target.
Yeah. So when somebody comes and makes a visit and they're practicing and doing, are there like reports that you get off of your swing, or is it just kind of like it's all in the machine there and you see it and that's it?
Actually, yes. So with our systems, we ask people that we feel like are going to come back multiple times to go in and create an account on Foresight. So the machines that we use are called Foresight Falcons. And like I said, they pick up about 26 different data points and they will tell you where you're hitting the ball off the club. It'll tell you how far the ball's going. So once you log into the system and you have a session, when you're done and you log out, you can go to their website and log back in, and it'll show you all the data you've had from that session. So you can hold on to it and kind of look at it. What's really unique about our facility as well is that we have cameras in each bay. So if you go back and you want to see your swing and what it looks like in real time, you can do that. A couple of clicks of a button and you're seeing your swing compared to, not just seeing it on the screen. You can go back and look to see, are my shoulders where they're supposed to be? Am I turning my hips when I'm supposed to? And see some of those faults that you don't see when you're just hitting on the range.
Right. That's impressive because I know I know some golfers myself and they talk about that, right? You want to look and make sure they're swinging properly, your shoulders, your hips, your feet, and so many things are so would play factor into that swing that people like me who don't play golf would never realize what goes into that, right? It's a lot, right?
Oh, it's a lot, but we'll have to get you in there and get you some lessons and get you figured out.
Well, I used to be a hockey player, and everybody says if you played hockey, you can swing a golf club because it's kind of the same thing. I don't know. Is that
It's
correct?
it's close. I mean, I've never played hockey, but I've watched it. But their hips are aligned with their shoulders, and they're firing through. So it worked for Happy Gilmore, and we can always try.
I love it. I was waiting for that reference because I was going to use it myself.
Uh,
That's awesome. So Jason, what are your expectations for your business in the next year or two? What are you looking to accomplish?
you know, immediate now to 6 months, we want to get this baby on its feet. We want to make sure that we are sustainable, and then we're looking to grow our brand locally. I've already started to touch base with some folks about maybe opening one up in Hagerstown. Charlestown's always a possibility. We're really in a golf desert when it comes to winter play or night play. Even in the summertime when people want to be out on the course, a lot of folks their 9 to 5 is sometimes 9 to 7, 9 to 8, and those golf courses and those driving ranges are closed. So we stay open till 11 p.m. most nights. People come in and they can have a libation. They can watch what's on TV and hit some balls. But we're really looking at growing in the local market over the next year to 2 years.
Right. Now you said this is strictly for avid people playing golf. Do you have food and drinks, stuff like that concession there, or is this just your golf?
No, we have snacks and drinks. So with each bay rental, somebody can get a Coke and a snack for free. Like I said, we're catering to golfers, and we know that golfers like to have a little bit of snacks here and there. We also have beer. We have $3.50 beers, which is hard to find in most areas. So we're really catering to the golfer and what the golfer's needs are, and trying to do it at a price point where people can come in and enjoy us.
Yeah, it sounds like you're making exactly what you'd be like if you were on a golf course. I like that. That's very cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Well, Jason, I really appreciate you coming on and telling your story and sharing it with me. I don't know much about golf, so that's why I want to come out and make a visit, talk to you, and learn a little bit about it and see what's involved. I've never played golf, and when I saw your business model, I was like, I really want to talk to this guy and let's see what this is about.
We'll certainly welcome you, and I'll even put a club in your hand and let you take some swings at it, and we'll fix it.
Now I've done putt golf. That's about as far as I've gone, but we'll see. We'll see how I do, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Jason, thanks a lot. So how do our listeners reach out to you and contact you and find you?
Well, we're on Google, we're on Yelp, Instagram, Facebook. It's T-Box Golf. Like I said, we're on Prospect Boulevard. Our website is www.teeboxgolfmd.com. You can go on there. You can read about our business. You can read about us. You can look at the rates. We got a $29 rate during the day, $39 at night and on weekends. So it's not some place you're going to come out to and break the bank. Again, we're catering to golfers who want to golf. And, for us, we're going to offer a $25 rate to any of your listeners coming in at any time. Come in, get an hour for $25, get you a Coke, and let's golf together.
I appreciate that. Thanks. I was going to ask you if you had a discount you want to offer to our listeners, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Do you have any code you want us to use, or just mention the podcast?
Just mention the podcast. We'll take care of the rest.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Jason, thanks again for coming on. Great story. I love it. I can't wait to come out and make a visit. And enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
You got it, man. Good talking to you. Have a great rest of your day.
All right.
Thanks.
You too. Bye.
You've been listening to the Q.A.C. Team podcast with your host, Charles Luttrell. Connect with us on the web at QACteam.com, TikTok at Q.A.C. Team, Facebook and Instagram at Q.A.C.team. Thanks for your support.